All right, y'all. So, hey, it is me, Petty Rowe. You can call me Petty or you can call me Rowe. Either way, welcome back to Purposefully Petty. Okay. So, today I'm here at the shop. It looks a little different. I'm here at the shop. And I wanted to come in and talk to you guys. Now, the other day I had um talked about, I had talked about branding and trying to figure out who you want to be and what you want to represent to people. What do you want people to see when they see you in regards to your brand, right? Now, I'm kind of struggling with it because I'm also struggling with the business that I am putting in motion. Now, if you know me, you know, like, I love God. I do. I believe in God. I trust in God. I I have been through so much in my life, and a lot of stuff people don't know because I don't just openly share everything unless it has a purpose, right? If it's got a purpose, if someone has confided in me about certain things or they want to talk, they reach out to me, then if I have a similar experience or something that I feel like may help them, then I'll share portions of my story. But other than that, I pretty much keep it to myself. But I have been through so much, and I know that God is who brought me through. God is who guided me through, has kept me, helped me to keep my sanity, helped keep me out of jail. Okay. I know it wasn't anybody but God. I cannot, give anybody else the credit for that, not even myself. Because some stuff is beyond my control, and I realize that, and I acknowledge that, and I accept that. So I have done t-shirts for a long, long time. It's crazy how I got into doing t-shirts. Um, Someone who I had considered a friend was doing t-shirts, and she kind of got in over her head, and I had reached out. Just being the person that I am, I'm willing to help anybody, especially if it's somebody that I care about. If I see you struggling with something and I feel like I can help, then I will offer. And I reached out and I offered to help her. So she was like, yeah, at the time she was doing like vinyl. So at that time, vinyl was really all it was. It was really all it was. Um and she was doing vinyl shirts. Monograms was really, really big. Everybody wanted monograms on everything: shirts, hoodies, hats, bags, chairs. If you could put something on it, they wanted it, right? So she had got into that. She had gotten so many orders from different things, she could not keep up. So I reached out and told her I would help her. Well, I had a Cricut at the time. I was doing, my own little thing, but I was doing it with an iron. So she had vinyl, she had the shirts. From what she told me, she had the vinyl, she had the shirts. She would give me her heat press if I would do complete the orders for her, and she wasn't doing, vinyl like that anymore. She would give me her heat press if I would complete those orders and get them to the customers. Well, honey, she ended up not having all the shirts that she needed to have. Her ordering system was all out of whack. I didn't know who got what, if so and so had paid. The materials wasn't there. Okay. She literally gave me sand buckets, like the buckets that you can go get from like Dollar Tree or something, and it'll be like to do the sand castles. Yeah, she had those stuffed with pieces of vinyl. She had some vinyl monograms already cut out. She had those rolled and stuff, like no name on them, no nothing, like this one goes with this shirt. No, none of that. Everything was balled up, stuffed in those little buckets, shirts thrown in different bags. So it was a mess. And come to find out, she had taken money for all of these orders, And she had told the people I had everything and I was doing the orders. Now, mind you, I'm coming in on the back end. You already took these people's money. You don't have a proper ordering system. I don't know who gets what, these people's names. Like, I was supposed to be doing the shirts and then giving them back to her, and she would get them out to her customers. That's not what she told the people. I happened to be up late one night on Facebook and I saw her literally typing in the comment sections telling people that I had everything, meaning me. I had everything and I was taking care of the orders and they needed to reach out to me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She made it look like she had given me the money, given me all the supplies, all of this stuff, and everything was on me. So we ended up having a big falling out. It was a mess, right? So I did what orders that I could. I got her the shirt. Some people I met in town, they picked up their orders or whatnot. But y'all, she tried to take the heat press back. It was a 12 by 12 swing away. I'll never forget. She tried to take it back. And I told her, no, the deal was if I completed these orders that you had, I got to keep it. I completed the orders that you gave me, that you had the materials for. I never said I was going to buy shirts. I never said that I was going to get more vinyl. I never said I was doing any of that. I completed the orders that you gave me materials for. Therefore, I held up my end of the bargain. Girl, I ain't, because the boys might be watching too. So take that how you will. Honey, she talked about getting the police involved and stuff like that. Baby, I don't care. Do what you got to do because I have it in writing of what you said. Okay. So it ended up being a mess, but that is how I got into doing shirts. So people saw that I was actually doing them. I was getting them their stuff. I explained what was going on. So they became a lot of my repeat customers, and that's how I got started. So in 2019, I bought a screen printing business. I had run out of room. I went from my bedroom to my living room. Then I got a 12 by 24 building, grew out of that, and it was time for something else. So I came into a screen printing business needing some blanks because some of my blanks were not going to make it. The basketball team had made it to the state championship, and I had taken orders for shirts, but the shirts got delayed. So I came up here to the printing shop, and I was talking to the owner. He was showing me, like all the shirts that he had or whatever. And I said, well, whenever you get ready to sell the place, just let me know. We were just having general conversation. And he said, I'd sell it to you today for the right price. And I said, well, you tell me what the price is, and the rest is history. Um, but shortly after we bought the business, COVID hit like 3 months after we purchased the business. No, it might have been about 6 months because I think we purchased in October, and then COVID hit like in that March. So maybe in like 6 months, COVID hit, and all of our major business was, um, all of our major business was like travel destinations and restaurants and stuff like that, like City Winery and Margaritaville and Paula Deen restaurants and things like that. So we took a big hit and we had to pivot into making masks because the mask, everybody was selling out. So we made masks with filters and all of that kind of stuff. That's what kept us afloat. But since then I had gotten out of doing shirts and I completely closed my screen printing business in 2020, the beginning of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I literally closed it. So no, it may have been 2023. 2023. Okay. So from there I just got away from doing shirts and stuff like that. All right, so we're back. Sorry about that. Um So I got away from doing shirts. I leaned into my social media and coming out with my own brand called Row Collection, where I started out with makeup. I ended up doing, for some reason, I just seemed to not be able to get away from the shirts. So I ended up incorporating shirts. Like if something trending would happen on social media, I would make a shirt. Somebody would say something, a catchy little saying or something like that, I would make a shirt. So I've still been doing shirts here and there, um, for pretty much social media, and I would add them to my website and things like that. But it's been on me to get back in it, to go back to where I first started, because business was okay then. Um, but something keeps telling me get back to where you started, to the fun times, the good times, you enjoyed what you did. So I was contemplating doing a t-shirt line. I had already started working on a name, a slogan, the brand mission, all of those things, logos, designs, all of that. I had gotten started, and I was up working late one night, and I believe it was the Holy Spirit dropped in my spirit to start a faith-based streetwear ish clothing brand, mainly focusing on t-shirts, but maybe having like pieces to go along with it. Like, I could put an outfit together, maybe offer the jeans that I, did with the outfit, or offer the jacket, or whatever I had accessorized with it. I could also offer those pieces, but it would mainly surround around t-shirts. And I was like, but Jesus doesn't sell. That's what kept coming to my mind. Jesus doesn't sell. You don't see any mainstream faith-based clothing brands. You don't see commercials. You don't see a lot of celebrities promoting it. You don't see a lot of people on the forefront saying, oh yeah, this is how I support my family. I've got, even a $500,000 faith-based, Christian-based, Jesus-based, God-based clothing brand, and I'm super successful in it. So I was like, what I want to do, I want to be able to live the life I want to live. I'm not saying I want to be rich, but I want to be able to vacation when I want to be able to vacation. My kids need something. I don't want to have to go and, write it out to see if I can afford it. I want to be able to live in the kind of house that I want to live in the city that I want to live in the neighborhood that I want to live in. I want to be able to drive the kind of car I want to drive and not have to worry about budgeting to afford the payment. I just want to go buy it. Like, those are the things that I'm looking at. If I'm going to put in the work, then I want to see the fruits of my labor. I don't want to still be broke. I don't want to work 18 hours a day on a brand, pushing it. And if you know me, I hand make 90% of the items that I sell. So if you got a t-shirt from me, more than likely I pressed the shirt and shipped it myself. Okay? I don't want to spend 18 hours a day on a brand and I'm still struggling. That does not make sense to me, right? I'm still struggling. So my thought process was, I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do and be where I want to be and be successful and be financially set with this, because people don't gravitate towards this. People aren't actively looking for this. And just a few minutes ago, when I was sitting at my computer, I was just thinking, like, what do you mean God don't bring the money? What do you mean he don't bring the money? How have you been surviving thus far? The other day I was talking to somebody and I was telling them, over the past year, I told them some of the things that I've had to deal with. And she said, Ro, how have you been making it? Before she could get it out of her mouth, I said, God, it ain't nobody but God, because I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it is coming. I don't know how. I don't know why. I just know that I'm getting it and my bills are being paid. It's God. So literally just a few minutes ago, it was like, what do you mean God don't bring the money? Hasn't he proved to you already that he can get it to you? Hasn't he proved himself already? And y'all, I felt so shame. I felt shame because here I am thinking that something that is focused on God, that could bring other people closer to God, or, just show them that they're not alone, that there is a higher power, that there is a comforter, that I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to prosper if I follow what he said. How crazy is that? And he's proved it to me over my whole 40 plus years. But even just, if I just look back at this last year, he's proven it to me day after day after day after day. And I'm sitting up here thinking, ain't nobody gonna buy this. Don't nobody want nothing with Jesus on it. Don't nobody want nothing with a Bible scripture on it. Don't nobody want nothing represent God, because some people be acting like they shame. Well, is that not what I'm doing? I have a voice. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I've been known to read the people down a little bit, right? I've been known to read the people down a little bit, using my voice for something else, having 1,000, 2,000 people in a live hearing me pick somebody apart, even though it may be with the truth, but baby, tearing them up. When I could be using that to uplift people. But guess what? Uplifting people does not pay. I can literally show you the difference in money being made, gifts being thrown, cash apps being sent for tearing somebody up, versus I'm in there uplifting, giving good advice, giving out resources. How many people are in the live streams? How many gifts are thrown? How many cash apps you get? How many views you get? There's a drastic difference. But don't the Bible say, if you be ashamed of him, baby, he gonna be ashamed of you. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed by far. But when you're in business, you tend to think like that, like nobody's gonna buy into Jesus. Nobody's going to buy into Christ. Nobody's going to buy into God. They're not going to spend their money with you because nobody's looking for that. Nobody is just going crazy over those brands. But you know what? He's been providing for me. He's been making a way. So who am I not to trust him now? So I'm going to lean all in. I'm going to lean all in, and I'm going to move forward. Right now, I only have one design that I really, really like, but that's enough. Just start with the one. So y'all stay tuned. Join me on this journey. We're going to see where it takes us. But again, he's been providing thus far. He has not let me down. So I don't foresee him doing it now. So anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all for joining me. And yeah, I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.